gal Tillery here, the Mistress of Horror. Before we get started, how about you press that subscribe button, give this video a like, and ring that bell so you know when I'm uploading new videos. Happy Halloween. It's Happy Halloween this entire month for me. This week, I'm going to give you 5 horror movies recommendations for October. I tend to watch horror movies every day of the week during October. Obviously, I'm the Mistress of Horror. How could I live otherwise? Now, it's going to be a mixture of vampire, werewolf, and paranormal type things. There are so many horror movies that I love, but I'm going to give you these 5 to give a try to start. Now, I can't say that these are just like the ones that I would give you if I said you only can watch 5 horror movies for October. That wouldn't be the case. But I'm going to give you these anyway. Number 1, Dracula Untold. That, to me, has to be, Dracula Untold has to be one of the best, if not the best, vampire movie in a long time. And it's not even new anymore. Just the way that Luke Evans played Dracula was great. His look, is aesthetically pleasing. He's also aesthetically pleasing. The story, it played out perfectly, in my opinion, for Dracula to get different people from different age groups to like it. He was cool. He was very Dracula based for me. Like, he was the perfect Dracula. That's the best Dracula movie for me. So I always recommend Dracula Untold. And there are people who don't like it, as there would be with anything. But honestly, I can't see what the fault is. So I do recommend Dracula Untold. I just can't say enough good things about it. It's the best. It's up on the top shelf for me. Definitely. And I recommend it every year for you to watch. If you're looking for a vampire movie that's good, then I would tell you to look at Dracula Untold. Great everything on there. Like, that's like, if I have a 5-star rating system or a 10-star rating system, that would definitely get it. A 10 or 5, depending on what your rating system is. But yeah, Dracula Untold, definitely up there for me, always. Especially if I mention vampire movies, it's going to be Dracula Untold. Luke Evans, great job, dude. Number 2, the Wolfman 2010 film. Wolfmen are vicious. They are not to be trifled with. They aren't exactly werewolves in that instance. They're like that in-between area of a werewolf. More of a man than a werewolf would be. But definitely very vicious to that degree. Like, they rip you apart. And the Wolfman 2010 was great. Like, Benicio del Toro did an amazing job. And the cast is great. Like, I liked everyone in it. Such a high budget on this film. Like, the scenery, the cast, just everything was top tier for me. So I definitely recommend that if you want a good wolf movie. Werewolf movie, I would have to say, is still along those lines. Because Wolfmen are in that family. But yeah, definitely that one was great. Like, I have no complaints whatsoever. I looked at it already this year in October for Halloween. And it's definitely one of my top werewolf-based movies, even though it's more it's a wolf man and not a werewolf. Alright, so moving on to number 3, Dog Soldiers. If you haven't heard of Dog Soldiers, you need to look it up and check it out. It is one of the best werewolf movies out around. I don't really want to tell you too much about it, but it's pretty much their soldiers, and they're in, like, on a mission, and they one of the guys get injured, and they have to go to a cabin or a house in the woods, and then there's werewolves attacking them. I'm not going to really tell you anything else about that because it's really good. Because if I tell you about who the werewolves are, then it'll give away some of the stuff. But the werewolf transformations and the werewolf look is very good. Like, so I definitely recommend Dog Soldiers. That's another great one. Number 4, Unholy Woman. And I recommend Unholy Woman all the time. I've done videos about the movie. It's a small collection of horror movies in one. You know how they do that. And one very specific one on there is more frightening than the others in the set. and that one's called Rattle Rattle. It's based off of a legend in Japan, and it is Japanese horror, by the way. If I didn't mention that, you would have found out when you put it in. Horror in Japan is like some of the scariest horror around, in my opinion. Like the paranormal based things, like the ghosts, the grudges, as you would call them. Those are very some of the scariest horror movies. So Unholy Woman, check that one out. And Rattle Rattle, I'm giving you a warning now. She's creepy. Okay. Number 5, Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is a very good, it's like a collection, again, and it's based where, like, the jack-o'-lantern goes around, and, you know, he's watching, kind of like thing on everyone on Halloween. You can see if you have your decorations out. You mostly just need to at least have the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern, at least the pumpkin with the light inside of it, yeah, you're going to regret that you didn't. Trick or Treat is definitely always a perfect watch. I believe they did Trick or Treat 2. We always want a new Trick or Treat because it's just a great horror film, like collection of horror films. So it's different ones in there. One about a werewolf. There is like Ghost Story. So it's like all connected together, kind of thing. So yeah, definitely Trick or Treat. Those are the 5 movies that I'm recommending for you this week. Give them a look and get yourself scared, because who doesn't want to be scared at Halloween? Alrighty, that's going to be it for today. I will see you guys next time. Stay scared.